So when I was in my abusive relationship, I used to clear my browser history every time I used my computer. It didn't matter. I mean, I wasn't doing anything sketchy on the computer. I would maybe look up something, and I knew somehow he would find a reason to yell at me for whatever it was I had looked up. It could be a cheesecake recipe, and he doesn't like cheesecake. Why would I be looking that up? I'm so selfish. And I know it sounds ridiculous. Unless you're in that situation, then it's not ridiculous because you know that it happens. And it's so frustrating because you know that it should be ridiculous for this thing to be happening, but you can't make it stop. And oh gosh, it just eats you alive, the fact that you can't do anything without getting bitched at. But when I started dating again, I was super insecure about, social media stuff from past experience. I would stalk his social media and then clear my browser history immediately afterwards, even though we didn't live together. He had no access to my computer. Like, there was no reason for him to ever touch it. It was just such a habit that I felt like I was gonna get in trouble for checking up on him. I would clear my browser history every single time. And at one point I was so frantic I was checking it almost every day. I was still, in that period of not understanding that I had been abused, and I was just in hell. My brain was in hell. I didn't know how to properly function in a new relationship. Anyway, I probably still fucking don't. If you find yourself doing little things like that just to keep you out of trouble, the whole walking on eggshells thing and the trying to cover your ass for shit that should not be a problem, you're being abused. Get out of there. And I'm not laughing, like it's not a funny thing, but I wish someone had been that point blank with me when I was doing all those things, because there was so much I didn't understand. And I'm not saying I understand all of it now, but just looking back at the way I behaved to try to keep myself safe in that mode of survival, it's incredibly sickening to think that there are so many people who live like this every day. And I did it for 10 years, It's not worth it.